everybody here has a duty, a wajib, to come to the rescue of the Palestinian people. 61,000 Palestinian families this night in temperatures just as cold as the temperatures here in Bradford are living in the rubble of their houses. 61,000 families. And they have big families, mashallah. That's 61,000 times 4 people, 5 people, 6 people are living in the rubble of their houses, destroyed in the Israeli airstrikes. They're living in ruins, in rags, in hunger, and they need your help. But you know what? There was one thing they never lost, and inshallah they will never lose, is their dignity and their determination to survive and to resist. If Israel believed that the Palestinian resistance would be broken by these atrocities, it's already clear that they have failed. The Palestinian resistance has not been broken, is still standing, and God willing will stand until Palestine is free. I beg your leave now, for I have many miles to go before I can sleep. It's a difficult task dealing with all these Arab governments, I can tell you. Do you know that the border between Morocco and Algeria has been sealed shut for 10 years? For 10 years. And do you know who the last person to persuade the Moroccan and Algerian governments to open their border was? Me, 10 years ago when they opened it for my bus to get to Baghdad. And then they shut it again and it's rusted shut. And so tomorrow morning I must be at the Algerian embassy to plead with the ambassador to allow us to pass. So make dua for this. Make dua for this column to arrive safely in great numbers, carrying great things, and make sure that the hearts of all the people in Bradford that you can touch are moved by this story. As I said in Parliament 2 weeks ago in the debate on Gaza, we have a special responsibility in Britain. It's Britain's fault that the Palestinians have no country. It's Britain's fault that the Palestinian people were wiped off the map and scattered to the 4 winds as refugees. It's our foreign minister in 1917, in an act unique even by imperialist standards, who on behalf of one people promised a second people the land which belonged to a third people, and began the descent down this bloody staircase. Britain had no right to give Palestine away. The Zionists had no right to accept Palestine on behalf of the Jewish people, the vast majority of whom at that time had no wish whatsoever to go to Palestine. So we owe a special responsibility. Now I look around this room and I realize that when I say we, I don't really mean you. Because you, most of you, came from the same British Empire that was on display in Balfour's arrogance. When I was young, at school, I came home and told my Irish grandfather that the teacher had said Britain had an empire so vast that upon it sun never set. And my Irish grandfather answered, that's because God would never trust the British in the dark. And I never doubted him. And I think most of you know that he was right. This empire, this bloody empire, which sucked the blood and the wealth and the slaves from the countries around the world, including the place where most of you came from. When the British arrived in Bengal, it was the richest place in the world. When the British left Bengal, it was the poorest place in the world. And you don't have to be Einstein to work out what happened in between. So you all know about perfidious Albion. You all know about the crimes committed by the settlers, by the occupiers, by the exploiters. But I have discovered over many decades that the people who have the least are ready to give the most. And I hope I'm proved wrong here tonight, but the people who have the most give the least. So as I look around at this audience of working people, of sincere Muslim people, in a northern town which is not booming, which is not dripping with wealth, I have every faith that everybody here is going to give every last penny that they can and every last bit of effort that they can and offer every prayer and supplication that they can, not only that we succeed in our mission, but that one day soon, inshallah, we can walk in free Jerusalem, in free Palestine. Thank you very much indeed. Wassalamu alaikum.
Right.